Hey guys, it's Bullet. Welcome to Modification Nation! Today is Wednesday, and this week's topic is ear reconstruction, or ear construction. Basically, anything that has to do with changing the shape of your earlobes, or your ears itself. So, the thing that I wanted to talk about this week was ear pointing. I'm sure somebody else has already talked about it by now, but hey, everybody has different opinions. So, I personally am very, very fond of ear pointing. I think it is gorgeous. I love elven ears. I love the orc ears. I personally feel like I actually really want to get my ears pointed, but I have them to where I want them done a certain way. I want them pointed. I want them put together and then pointed upwards, and then usually there's like a pocket usually that covers over here, just because for how they have to be put together to heal right. But I want that pocket cut out so I still have the edge to my ear. Yeah, so I believe, so there's two general different types of ear pointing that people usually get. There's usually the elven ear pointing, and there's the orc ear pointing. The difference is elven ears usually go straight up, whereas orc ears usually tend to curve backwards. I like both of them. I think something right in between would be nice for me personally, if my ears were to be pointed somewhat like that, in that sort of a shape. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah. I've met a couple people in person that have had their ears pointed. They've told me that it does tend to hurt, but anything hurts. I mean, I got my tongue split and that hurt pretty goddamn bad. That was pretty awful. 2 hours of straight pain, but I could handle it. So I feel like after that, I could probably handle anything. I've got a really high pain tolerance. Piercings, tattoos have never bothered me. The only thing that I found that truly hurt was actually getting my tongue split, and even then it was bearable enough for me to lay on a table and get it done. But yeah, so if you guys have ever thought about getting your ears pointed, I suggest that you look very, very heavily into the artists before even thinking about a price. Look into your artists, see the work that they've done. Make sure they've done it enough times that you're comfortable with it. I know I personally only got my tongue split because the artist had a portfolio and I saw a ton of pictures and I liked the way it looked and it was beautiful, and then she gave me a good deal on it. But yeah, so if you end up wanting to get your ears pointed, find the artist first. Make sure you like them. Make sure that everything that they do is up to your standards. And if you have another friend who's into body modification, who's maybe a little more into it than you are, who's a little more educated than you are, ask for their opinion on the said artist. See what they think. And after all is said and done, get into contact with said artist and inquire about, you know what, before you even get a price, send them a picture of your ears, ask them if what you want is done is possible. If they feel like they can do it, ask them for a price. Ask them what they might charge you for it, because sometimes, I know if you're, for instance, my tongue, I had to send the artist pictures of the top and the bottom, and where my tongue piercing was, and where my web piercing is. Because everybody knew out of all the things I wanted to keep my web piercing under my tongue because I've had it for so long. It was one of my first couple piercings. It's one of my favorite piercings. It's always been one of my favorite piercings. But yeah, so I got to keep that. Yeah. So ask them if it's possible, then ask them for a price. If you like the price, do not argue with it. Do not argue with prices, because everything that usually piercers, tattoo artists, modification artists charge is completely fair, whether you like it or not. It could end up being a couple $100, but you know what? If you want the job done right, You gotta pay for it. You get what you pay for. If you're going for cheap, and you look for a cheap artist who does it for the lowest price you've ever found, you're just amazed, you're like mind blown, oh my god, it's so cheap, I can afford it, oh, it's amazing, I can get it done so soon. You're probably not going to end up with the result that you want. Just out of personal experience. But yeah, so leave some questions down below for what you might want to see in a video. Go subscribe to my main channel, I guess. It's Greyscale Hearts, GREYSCALEHEARTS. I don't know why, but for some reason, every time somebody tries to subscribe to my channel, they can't find it. I'm assuming you guys are spelling gray with an A instead of gray with an E. But yeah. So, let me know what you guys want to see next week, or anything you guys might be interested in. I'm thinking of doing a body jewelry collection video on my main channel, so stay tuned for that, because my collection is not as big as it used to be, but it is a little more personalized to fit me. It's like everything that I don't wear isn't really in there anymore. So yeah, see you guys next week, and don't forget to subscribe!